host for the Hidden Truths channel. How's everybody doing this evening? Tonight, the live stream is going to be on what government is doing to increase the homeless population. Okay, and they're doing a lot, but that's what we're going to discuss tonight. I was going to do a different subject tonight about the Weimar Republic and anyway, about the Weimar Republic, and I need to figure out a way to do that so that live stream doesn't get cut off because that one's going to sit there and bring out a lot of facts that's going to upset a lot of people. But oh well, facts are facts. History's history. All right? Hide from it ain't going to help. Understanding it can help us prevent the problem we're going to have these days. Learn from your mistakes. How we always want our kids not to make the same mistakes we did, but it seems like they always do, doesn't it? So, no, I gotta wait a little bit on that one. But yeah, we're gonna have an interesting one tonight that'll upset a few people, I'm sure. I mean, I put a short about the subject on YouTube about an hour ago. And I've been getting a lot of comments on it, and I don't understand. Some of the comments are from vets, degrading vets because they're homeless. Really? Is that what you do to a fellow soldier, or fellow Marine, or fellow sailor or airman? Is that what you do? Cut them down because they're homeless? So we're going to sit there and discuss how the government is making the homeless population bigger. And there's quite a few easy ways how it's going to happen. And all these people that are talking smart, they might just be the homeless ones too. But yeah, I can't believe some of the comments I get on YouTube. It's crazy time. But anyway, let's get started. I got a few people showing up. But the homeless, see this homeless and Trump trying to clear the homeless out of D.C. bothered me. Okay, when I was in D.C. in the late 80s, the homeless people were there in the park right across from Pennsylvania, the White House, across Pennsylvania Avenue and stuff. But they're Americans, right? Being homeless is not a crime, right? So, excuse me, what right does he have to kick the homeless out of D.C. besides him just not wanting to see them? What right? So he brings the military in to clear out the homeless and get rid of the petty thug criminals in that town, right? Who are just, crime went down in that town because they're just hiding away. And let's not forget, I remember when I was talking about, I'm against troops in American cities, right? And how this, when I was saying, well, when are the troops going to leave? When are the troops going to leave? I didn't hear nothing on that. And some guys said in 30 days they were going to leave. Oh, now we just learned that they're probably going to be extended till December. Once the government gets its foot in the door, people, don't let it out. And now they're going to Chicago. But anyway, let's talk about the homeless, all right? So Trump can't stand looking at the homeless from the White House. Huh? Is that the problem? It's the bad image for the capital of the country. It's supposed to be the richest in the world, right? The most powerful in the world. Last thing we want to do is see the true part of America in there, right? So and this goes for administrations in the past. This just ain't all on Trump. Trump's just not doing away with the crap. Okay? But homeless people, okay. We got 50 million plus foreign workers in this country and more to come. Going to increase the number. Now tell me, how is that helping our homeless population? How? And all the people that they're kicking off the social services programs, which I think is a great idea, but where are they supposed to get entry-level jobs? And not only the workers here, foreign workers on H-1B visas, but then the amnesty wants to give to the people that, the foreigners that do jobs Americans don't want to do. Okay, I'm sick of that crap because I don't mind doing those jobs. But anyway, how's that helping the homeless population out? And then look all the money we have spent wars in the last 5 years or 3 years since Ukraine. And now we're giving money and arms to Israel and Taiwan, remember? Okay, all that money being spent on foreigners. Nothing to re-education programs for vets or teaching them trades and stuff or mental health for vets. Nothing like that. Or for the homeless, not just the vets, all the homeless. Re-education, mental health. Get them to be productive Americans again. No, we're giving all our money away. $500 billion so far in 3 years. Imagine how our homeless problem in this country would be a lot less. Like I say, 50 million plus foreign workers in this country. 50 million! That's a lot of jobs, people. Like I say, in this country, we don't have an unemployment problem. Our unemployment number is a negative number because we got more jobs available than Americans. But an American should be able to get the job first. Believe me, working in agriculture, okay? It's hard for a white guy like me who likes working with cows, working with horses, even sitting in the tractor, how hard it is for us to get a job. Because the government incentivizes these people, these farmers and ranchers hiring these foreign workers because they get kickbacks in the form of your tax dollars. Oh yeah, check out the H-1B visa program. I worked with them. Mainly South Africans on it, but talk about the government just taking your money and using it against you. So like I say, we want to help the homeless out, and Trump's giving our jobs away. Okay, let's say there's 50 million foreign workers, and let's say only 15 million illegals in this country that he's going to give amnesty to. That's 65 million people. 65 million people, workers, that are taking American jobs that Americans could be working at. Okay, if you're an American that feels you're too above a job and won't do it and you'd rather starve, then so be it. But there's no reason for a Health and Human Services Department when there's 65 million jobs that could be filled by Americans. That's ridiculous. And one thing about the social services system I don't understand, okay? How does social services determine who's going to get their rent paid, a car paid, all their bills paid, $4,000 a month in food allowances and stuff? And how do they determine who they're going to make homeless? I mean, why can't the homeless go to welfare and get some help? I never understood that. I mean, I guess, well, at least with the homeless too, they never had to worry about getting that. And none of the homeless ever died of that pandemic they had. That's amazing. But anyway, so that's just another policy, where Trump, between the H-1B visa workers and the amnesty people they want to get, they're not going after the people, that are taking the jobs that Americans don't want. And then, how is this helping? Okay, and this is nothing. It's not only laborers that are going to start getting affected by this. It's going to be you white-collar workers, too. You may end up living in your car, okay? Yeah. You were making $150,000 a year, and your job just got taken over by what? AI. How many jobs is AI going to take from people? So we got 50 million foreign workers, 15 million illegals, and over the next 2 to 4 years, AI is probably going to take another 40 million, 35 million. That's 100 million jobs, people. Everybody's going to be homeless. See, then I'll be living like this picture behind me. I'll never be homeless. It'll just give me the opportunity to go into retirement earlier. Because a lot of people would consider that, God, you're homeless. No, that's paradise, people. That's paradise. So, anyway, this is just thing the administration's doing to greetings from Poland, man. Oh, good to see you. I'm sorry. I've been reading the chat. I tell you what, Poland, you guys are between Europe and Russia, just like you were between Germany and Russia. Now I know you the Poles, they're aware of this situation. And after the Second World War, I'm pretty sure that they ain't gonna take no shit no more. But hey, you see, and guess what? Your country ain't having problems with the illegal immigration problems the rest of Europe's having. Poland's about the only European country out there that's got their head on their fucking shoulders. Because they know no matter what way the bullets start flying, they're in the middle of it. Hey, bro, what's the stream about? It's about the homeless. Okay, it was going to be about something else tonight, but it's about the homeless. Trump's getting rid of the homeless in D.C., wants to get rid of them. And then all the policies that the government has come out, not just from his administration, but years past, that are making it so these vets and all these people that are getting kicked off social services can't get a job. Like I say, we're going to have between AI, foreign workers, and illegals that get amnesty, well over 100 million jobs that Americans aren't going to be doing. Does anybody? What he do is send all the homeless people to Denver? Now is the government giving them bus tickets and sending the homeless to other cities in the country? Like these blue states. Anyway, it's crazy. This homeless population is going to get a lot worse. And like I say, you may end up living in your car. I had a few messages from people that do live in their cars. At least you got shelter over your head, okay? But there's going to be a lot more people joining you. Living down by the river in the van. Who was that? Chris Farley that did that Saturday Night Live skit? It's just going to get worse, people. I mean, you know how good a job you have to have now just to buy a house? You're in an entry-level job. You're renting. And their rents are getting ridiculous. Why should somebody have to work half the month just to give that money to a landlord? So they get to live in taxes and their living expenses take up the other half of the month. I mean, how long do you think that's going to be before they're homeless? I mean, my God, if our government had to live by actual financial rules, our government would be homeless. $38 trillion in debt? That's like a homeless person, what? Being $100 million in debt? Yeah, our government would be homeless right now if they had to live by the rules we have to live by. I'm so sick of Trump. Voted for the son of a bitch and he's just whatever. Trying to turn D.C. into the green zone. And like I say, all you people think that these troops are going to be leaving these cities. They may be there on the outside to fight crime. What's troops, me being a Marine, we are not trained for. If they're training Marines and soldiers and sailors and airmen now to fight crime and interact with the public in that way, the military's definitely changed since I've been in, because that was definitely nothing that was taught. We were trained to fight the enemy, okay? I guess if they're still trained to fight the enemy, well, I always figured that American citizens were the enemy. But anyway, yeah, all this money we have given to other countries that we could have used towards our vets, like I say, re-education programs, mental health stuff, job placement, anything. I tell you what, a vet doesn't want a handout. A vet wants a purpose in life. Give me a mission and I'll go do it. I guarantee you a lot of those vets that are homeless, they may be suffering from mental illness. And some of them, I guarantee you, are homeless. I'm not homeless, but this is the way I think. I've had it with fucking people. That's why I isolate myself. And I think, me going to live like the picture behind me, a lot of people, like I say, not homeless, but I'm isolating myself. I just don't want to be homeless, and I have the skills so I don't have to be homeless, even if I got to dig a fucking hole in the ground. Trump 2028. Yeah, what? If Trump runs in 2028, you know who his running mate's going to be? Barack Obama. So anyway, wouldn't that be great? Both of the heavyweights in both parties to come out and crazy. See, he can't run anyway. It's against the Constitution. Okay, he's got term limits. Okay, why does the president got term limits? Anybody know? Oh, that would be because FDR, who was a Democrat, was elected 4 times in a row. And after that, the Democrats decided we're going to have term limits for the president. So strange how that works, huh? The Democrats demanded term limits. And if we got into term limits with the other ones, we shouldn't have a career politician. Politicians shouldn't get a pension. They shouldn't get free shit, nothing. Do you see those homeless vets getting free anything? No. Why does a politician who shined a seat for 4 years in Congress get a retirement for the rest of his life? What kind of shit is that? As lobbyists are stuffing money into his pocket. Anyway, sad state of affairs for this country. But Mega, I got told, since I believe there's an LIST out there that's a hoax, and I believe it's not a hoax. I was told by the press, even though I vote for him, that I believe a hoax, and he don't need me no more, and I've been scammed by the Democrats, but it wasn't the Democrats that were saying Epstein list during the election. Oh, I said the terrible word. During the election, was it? It was the Republicans saying it. I don't remember Kamala Harris ever saying she was going to release it, but I do remember Trump saying it. Anyway, but I guess I'm glad he used the hoax so some people would vote for him. I'm glad you did that, buddy. No, and I also like it when Trump sits there and acts like a damn elementary playground bully when he starts trolling people, and they get a kick out of it. President of the United States trolls American citizens to get under their skin. That doesn't seem very presidential to me. What about you? Seems kind of childish. Anyway, hey, if you like the content, this channel don't sell nothing. I don't take donations or super chats, but if you'd hit that thumbs up, the subscribe, and the bell notification, I appreciate it. Help this channel grow. Because obviously, I get screamed at from Mega. Mega hates me now because I'm a constitutional conservative, okay? Liberal Democrats hate me, so I guess neither side wants me. I'm stuck in the middle with the rest of you. The rest of you that don't agree with either party now. And you get shouted down by Mega just as bad as the liberals shouted us down during the election. It's crazy. It's like I say, it's their sports team. And they're not going to give up on it. I'm so heartbroken. My niece is, what are you heartbroken about? Okay, my little sister, anyway, 100 years from now, all new people. Yeah, that's another thing too. We live on this earth like what we do is going to sit there and affect the earth. The rest of we are so narcissistic as people. Okay, in 100 years, everybody's changed over. Okay, generation and generation's gone, and the other generations before may remember them a little bit, but it doesn't really affect the future they're taking because nobody studies history really. But anyway, I need a moderator in here tonight. I guess I got some. You trolls are welcome here too. Okay, you trolls are definitely welcome here because you're going to be under the gun too one day. And how the hell are you going to be able to troll in the future if I don't know, it becomes a very bad thing and you get caught at it? I mean, if you want to sit there and have fun trolling in the future, you better help fix the problems we've got now. But I do appreciate all you trolls making my analytics better, okay? Leaving comments helps my channel grow every little bit. Like I say, even trolls have a use, and they'll definitely have a use in the future. But they do got to get better. They're like everything else. They're definitely lacking in ability and imagination. They may be able to get somebody who thinks words hurt them all excited. But us that were brought up with sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. And then I went in the Marine Corps. You trolls don't stand a chance. Anyway, but hey, that's what you get. That's how fucked up this world is. I'm trying to talk about homeless. You got trolls in here that are, little children in the chat. Oh, good, Laura. I'm glad you own it. Could you say something nice now? Could you act like a damn normal frickin' adult who wants to sit there and discuss the problems of this frickin' country? How about that? Drop your stupid shit and save it for the next live stream. We got problems in this country, and you don't need to be fucking one of them. You need to be one of them that help it. Believe me, there'll be a time for your trolling. But I'm not the channel, okay? I want to be the one that makes sure in the future you have the right to troll. But you aren't going to if you... I don't know how you sit there and explain it to them. They're ruining the way they like to live. They're ruining their pursuit of happiness. I don't understand. Okay? You're captain now? Captain what? Captain Crunch? Oh, Laura, I'm having fun with you. My channel now. As I say, your fucking channel, bitch. This would never be your... What are you going to do? Come here and take my channel from me? Hey, you're a troll. Maybe we can say it's your channel, and I can be the speaker for it, and then since you're a liberal troll, YouTube will lay off and help the channel grow, and then I can kick you right out the fucking door. This Marine ain't scared of no goddamn buddy, especially trolls. Bye, Laura. Okay, you own it. Probably don't own shit you have. It's probably all on credit. Anyway, living rent-free in your head. Not even close, Laura. Laura, all I got to do is get rid of you. Why do you think I have you here? Because you're leaving comments and helping my analytics, you stupid, you dumbass. You followed into my trick. God, you guys are so stupid. I want you to leave comments. The number of comments helps. The longer you're on my live stream, it helps. Time. I need both to get monetized. So, Laura, don't go nowhere. Keep it up. If you think you're in my head, go for it. Like I said, I love it when trolls come here. It helps the channel out a lot. When you get a troll in here and you keep them here, that helps the channel out a lot. And that's all I try to do. They're so emotional and fucking stupid. I tell you what, Laura, you need to go watch some of my content. Right? And then come back. I tell you what, don't kick her out, Russell Mega, huh? Well, What do you say? Make America great again? Well, I hear America's getting really rich. As you know, Trump is saying money that America's making money hand over fist. You people may not see it yet. No shit, fool. And now, because of Mega, the government owns 10% of Intel. Isn't that kind of communist? No, that's just the way it's going to be from now on. So I wonder how many other companies got to parade through the Oval Office and pledge 10% to the federal, or give 10% of their company to the government. Like Trump was bragging, I made $11 billion for America that day. And then somebody asks, you can give some back to the American people? Oh, we'll think about giving them something like a dividend. Oh my God, it's just like this guy can't even think straight. Like, right? You built like a bag of milk. What's that supposed to mean? Hey, does anybody have anything nice to say tonight? No? Nobody? Laura, hey, don't cuss on my stream. What, you're on live streaming right now? Okay, Laura, I'm going to say, fuck you, bitch. Make a comment so I can sit there, like I say. I guess you're just helping your analytics out, right? Laura. Stay here, because I'll stay on for a couple hours. Oh, really? Your stream? Oh. Okay, Laura. It's your stream, huh, Laura? Is it your stream, Laura? Is it your stream? Let's see here. Bye, Laura. I guess your boss sat there and said, we don't want you no more, Laura. You bye-bye. You trying to type in? I guess Laura's not in charge of her stream no more. She got sent bye-bye. Anyway, but I tell you what, I do appreciate everybody being here. YouTube's really clamped down because they don't want people talking about this stuff. They definitely don't want people on here that are constitutional conservatives that voted for Trump coming on here, sitting there saying they're done with this shit. Laura, you still there, Laura? Well, I tell you what, these liberals, I mean, what do you do? What do you do? Anyway, but things are good. Things are good. These are the people that we're eventually going to have to deal with. These are the people that when we free our country again and they did nothing but stand on the sidelines. Just like in the Revolutionary War, the 20% that made America free also had to let the 80% give their opinions when it came to the Constitution, how it was frameworked and stuff. Just like these people will do. If 20 or 30% of us rise, all it takes is us vets. Us vets can run all the equipment, run the bases and everything. There wouldn't be a single problem with that. But one thing about Trump is if anybody's noticed this, hasn't his narcissistic behavior mentality gotten worse? I mean, he owns because of me that this was done. How about you fix the homeless problem? Kicking Americans out of Washington, D.C. That's utter bullshit. Bullshit. Anyway, I'm looking at America through a different lens now. I can really see the tyrannical, he's signs an executive order that takes away people's First Amendment rights. Really? But I guess if you're not for flag burning, you're okay with that. Well, then it's okay for a Democrat liberal who's against constitutional conservatives shouldn't have the right to speak on social media platforms, right? I mean, if one person exercising their rights upsets somebody, then we got to make sure if we exercise our rights, we don't ever upset anybody, right? Is that the type of world we live in now? I don't think so. So, anyway, it's crazy time. Laura Lloyd. She ain't here no more. I'm a little lost. What's your opinion on the flag burn? My opinion is I hate it. Back in 1994, I think when 94 or 95, when flag burning came up that time, and I called my congressman, actually got a letter back. I was, bitch, they can't do this. Okay, this is bullshit. This is our country. All right, I'm a Marine. And he going in about people's First Amendment rights. He was against it, but he goes, if I'm in this office, I got to vote for the Constitution. And this is the thing about our rights. Like I say, on social media, I hate it that the liberal left believes that they have a right to silence me because they don't like the way I express my rights. My First Amendment. So how is it any better for us to sit there and say that piece of shit shouldn't burn a flag when it's within his right? You know how we end it? We shame these people. Publicly shame these people. I think it's a crock of shit, okay? But then again, you know, the amendments aren't meant to sit there. Everybody's going to exercise their rights their way, and it's as long as they're not breaking the law or they're within their rights. Nobody has the right to complain about it. They're just exercising their rights. Mind your own goddamn business. The thing is, don't give them attention. If there wasn't 1,000 cameras around them, they wouldn't be burning the flag. If we shamed people that did that, they wouldn't be burning the flag. You know, rights are a double-edged sword. If you don't stay down the middle with them, you're going to get cut. Okay? That's why it's nice to stay down the middle. A centrist, you might say. Don't look through the country through the red lens or the blue lens, but look at through the clear lenses that the founding fathers did. You know, people say we're free these days. I like to say, compared to what? Compared to 1789? I mean, we've been taken over completely. If you sit there and compare it to 1789, right? We've lost a lot of rights. Our dollar has lost, well, our dollar is worthless. And that's another thing with these homeless people. You know, you can't buy a house. What about the people living in cars? Are they considered homeless? Because they got a job making, let's say, $50,000 a year, but they live in a city and they can't even afford rent, but they can afford to wash dishes every day. And then they just keep watering down their dollar, getting it even more and more worse. Okay, YouTube, in my live again. Okay, some really important points. You know, people, they always want to be rich. I live to be a poor, I live a poor, humble life. I like the poor life. I lived a life where I was middle class and I couldn't stand it. Fuck that shit. You look, all the government, everybody look at is how much money they can make off of you. Anyway, I like, my phone don't ring all the time. People don't bother me for stuff unless they need help. And not help financially. You know, I never minded helping people if they needed help with something. But when they called me for money, that would piss me off. All right? That just would piss me off. But all these homeless people are supposed to make it. If they can't buy a house, they can't get a job, they can't get on any type of social programs. What other choice do they have? Okay, some of them need a little bit more skills. Like I say, I got what's behind me. I'll never be homeless. I got the ability to have that. Already got the horses. I'm just waiting for stuff to get stupid. I tell you what, when these troops don't leave the streets, like next summer when the troops are still in the streets in about 10 more other cities, I'm out of here. I know what's coming. I wonder how long it's going to take, how long the troops are going to have to be in the street before the people that support it are going to start questioning it. But anyway, yeah, they've been extended in D.C. But at least the homeless aren't there. At least the petty crooks ain't out breaking crimes right now. They're just staying at home playing video games. Anyway, yeah, what happens if they ever do leave? Like the cops going to be doing a better job, or the cops going to be given military equipment with new orders, rules of engagement. Anyway, crazy time. Living in a big city these days, yeah, it's crime ridden because there's a lot of division in the cities and a lot of difference between the wealth and the poor. So, and all the politicians do is make it worse. A lot of politicians get elected because they sit there and create a lot of hate, discontent, and anger. So then they get elected. Anyway, but I don't like Trump kicking Americans out of Washington, D.C. If they haven't broke a crime, they're homeless because of government policies. The government in D.C. there affects all of our lives nationwide. Nationwide. And then they don't want to see the repercussions of their retarded policies. Which, the homeless should be in Washington, D.C. So the politicians out there have to, hey, maybe we should do something about this. Oh, yeah, let's do it. Let's give $200 billion more to Ukraine. And all the money they spent in the last 3 years on war, that could have went to America, to Americans. How many vets would be employed now if they got a job placement program, learn skills, mental health, and we kicked 50 million foreign workers out of this country, the 15 million illegal workers, and didn't let AI take jobs. Like I say, we're going to be dealing with, in the next 3 or 4 years, over 100 million jobs that Americans can't get anymore. And look at this AI thing. If AI takes 35 million jobs, how are they going to? Our government can't go without 35 million people paying taxes. That's going to be interesting. Maybe that's why these companies are giving 10% to the government, right? 10% to the big guy. I heard Amazon next year is basically going to have no warehouse workers. It's all going to be done by robots and AI. And those are, jobs where you sit there and fight month to month to exist. And they're even going to take that away from Americans. But I remember the day when I grew up when a company actually cared about its employees. Where the money was important, but it wasn't the most important thing. Meaning that a happy employee made the bottom line bigger. You pay an employee an extra $1 an hour, he'll pay you back with $2. That's what it used to be back then. Now it's like, shit, bringing this cheap help. Anyway, like I say, homeless vets, homeless people, and we got foreign workers, illegal workers, and AI taking over all our jobs. They can't wait to get us on universal basic income and completely control our pursuit of happiness. I will be out in the mountains when that time comes. They'll basically be putting everybody on Social Security. Because I guarantee you, you're not going to be able to get Social Security and universal basic income. It's all going to be one program, and that's why this AI is coming in, and that's why they're making the IRS bigger, because the IRS is going to be in control of everybody's bank accounts. Welcome to the digital dollar, AI, and Americans not being able to work. Crazy times, people, crazy times. Hey, Amanda, how's it? I haven't seen you for a while, Amanda. Appreciate you being here. I had to give somebody a timeout. I had somebody in here thinking they owned my live stream until I finally had to sit there and give them the old wrench. I hate doing that crap. You know, I'm so against freedom, taking away somebody's right to speak. Okay? But that doesn't mean if I'm having a meeting at my house and people are here that want to listen to me, if some idiot walks in the door and starts heckling me or being an adult child, I'm going to grab him by the seat of the pants and the cuff of the skirt and the shirt, and I'm going to throw him out my fucking door. You want to act like a child, you're going to get treated like a child and thrown in your goddamn room. That's the way it works. Yeah, basically Trump sucked. I don't even, like I say, I feel like I got kicked in the gut. When he sat there and said the list was a hoax, that's... And if you believe the hoax, I don't need you, you're brainwashed, and whatever insults he casted at us. No. And then, like I say, he trolls the other side. Trolls them on purpose. Like a bully on an elementary playground trying to stroke people and get them upset on purpose because they know they can't do nothing to them. That's not presidential. I'm back, got kicked. You got kicked off of YouTube, Amanda? What'd you do? You have a channel, Amanda? I tell you what, my other channel, I had that, I got 3 strikes, I was out of there. This channel, I'm learning. I'm not going to get any strikes, and it's growing, and I want to get the word out. What you say, if you want to help support the channel, I don't sell nothing or ask for money or super chats or donations. But if you'd like to subscribe, hit the thumbs up and the bell notification, that will help out a lot. Get the word out. Share my content. I got well over 1,000 videos on my channel. I got a lot of shorts that are under 10 seconds long. My little walking fortune cookie thing, you might say. I don't. Every time I try to watch you, it freezes up on me and boots me off. On my channel, a lot of them. I mean, like you say, I'm just a little guy, Amanda. A little guy. And you wouldn't believe on my end, just like trying to do this live stream and trying to punch in the title of the video and the problems it gives me with that. Last night, the video I did last night, okay? It took me 5 hours to download that thing. It kept going to 99%, and then it dropped to 1% and started uploading again. I mean, just proves I'm way over the target. But see, I can't be manipulated. I'm a poor, humble guy who enjoys being single, and I don't do drugs or drink alcohol. So, boy, I can't be bought. I can't be tempted. There's nothing they can do to throw in my face except you guys are going to goddamn jail. If they can sit there and put themselves in jail, give me a reason to shut up and bring comedy to my channel, that would be great. But yeah, look at my live chats. I used to have 20,000 views in an hour. Nope. But they set the trolls out after me bad. Whatever. this is the thing, these beta males, and they're all beta males. A beta male does not understand what it's like to be an alpha or a sigma. And I'm a sigma, okay, who's had enough. Anybody watches sigmas, watch when they had enough. They're awful passive until they hit that fucking point. Okay? And I've hit that point. But this censorship, but it's kind of powerful that a little guy like me can make billionaires shake in their shoes. Because on my channel, I may get a Democrat and a Republican start talking to each other and they agree on stuff. And that's the last thing they want to happen, is for the division they're trying to create, for those walls to be knocked down. And that's what this channel's about, okay? And there's a lot of, I tell you what, Amanda, I had to give that person a blue wrench tonight. I wish you'd have been here. Anyway, maybe she'll be back tomorrow night. I try to sit there. How are we going to fix our problems? We got a lot of uneducated people in this country that don't even realize we have a problem. And if they were stuck in a wet paper sack, they couldn't think get their way out of it because they couldn't think of how to get out of it. I mean, a lot of the stuff that's said on YouTube goes over their head. Anyway. But, this country, like I say, $500 billion to war in the last 3 years between Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. Like, so how do we sell Taiwan weapons to Taiwan when we believe in the one China policy? And don't forget, they're definitely against you buying a gun. But our president's the biggest arms dealer in the fucking world. The only weapon they won't sell is a nuclear weapon. Otherwise, everything else, I'm sure if they get somebody that'll bid high enough, they'll sell it. Crazy times, people, crazy times. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate everybody being here. Like I say, YouTube's clamping down hard. But you know what? Just makes me more determined. If YouTube knew how to get rid of me, meaning, I don't know. I'm just not going to give up because there's a few stop signs or a few beta males in my way. All right? I'm not going to get off you. You know where they want to get me off YouTube? They fix their fucking problems in this country, arrest the guilty, bring them to trial, and, let's have America back. Do you know how we could solve America's problems? Just start arresting the people that are on the list. That would take care of the biggest problems criminals in this country. I mean, Trump, you're sending out the National Guard. Why are you just hitting a little thug on the street corner trying to sell a bag when you could be going after the big fish, the drain the swamp shit? Oh, I guess when he's talking about draining the swamp, he talked about getting rid of the homeless and the petty criminals there, right? I tell you what, Amanda, if they come for me, I'm going to go out in a blaze of fucking glory. It'll be all over the fucking news. The best thing to do is start saving my content on a hard drive or something. So when they try to sit there and portray me as something I wasn't, you go, Yeah, I'm supposed to worry about the Russians and the Iranians and the Chinese and the North Koreans, right? But they ain't going to be the one coming up my gravel road to shoot me down at 6 a.m. in the morning. That'll be my government, okay? And I don't fear my government, but one day my government will fear me. Anyway, I appreciate everybody being here tonight. Now, that's another thing. All you homeless vets, if any of you watch this, you want a purpose, let's get the well-regulated militia together. The homeless know a lot of other homeless vets out on the street. Start getting your units together, okay? Get your purpose again. Anyway, yeah. Are they going to come and get me? I don't know. You know, it wouldn't be easy out here. You know, there's a lot of advantage for me. But whatever. You know, if they want you dead, they're going to shut you up. Because the thing is, I'm not going to be taken alive. I know how it works. And I'm not going to end up in some secret CIA prison in some other country like El Salvador and bad things happen to me. But then again, if people come here to try to take my freedom from me because I'm exercising my constitutional rights, well, I have every right to defend myself. Just because it's a government doesn't mean you're not allowed to defend yourself, okay? They're just people too. People that make a lot of wrong and bad decisions. Anyway, the aliens are at your doorstep. No, they're at my bedside. Every night, 8 o'clock, and every morning at 2 o'clock in the morning, the aliens are by my bedside. They treat me like I'm Captain Kirk. I gotta go on missions and stuff, but I gotta get back before 8 in the morning, so I don't have a lot of time. Yeah, once we get exactly. I got a video I was going to do tonight, but it's about the Weimar Republic turning Germany into Sodom, and basically what they trying to turn the United States into. They tried turning Germany into after World War I with the Weimar Republic, and the German people. I mean, look at what books were burnt, what was in them. What was in the books, and I'm not supporting the Nazis at all, okay? But the content that was in the books that the Nazis burnt was the same content that's in the books in the schools that parents want to get out of there. And the first transgender surgery was performed in Germany in the 1930s. But how do I say it has a lot to do with Judaism? It's a live stream that I'm going to have to sit there and basically practice. Because one wrong word and they're going to slam it down to nothing. And maybe give me a strike, but it's all going to be truth. Anyway, always wondered why Hitler could come to power so easily by just people being pissed off at the Versailles Treaty. No, their culture was trying to be, they were trying to destroy their culture with pleasures of the flesh sinfulness by liberals. But anyway, that's going to be a hard live stream to do because I'm going to have to do a lot of dancing. Isn't it amazing? You got to sit there and bring out facts on social media, and you got to dance around the facts to try to sit there and get people to understand it. Maybe I should just do the direct report. Can you imagine the teacher when you're learning in school doing that shit and never would have learned anything? Holy shit, 53 minutes already, almost 54 minutes. Anyway, so everybody in these big cities, I'm sure Trump's going to get rid of the homeless in those cities too. If he's going to have a meeting in New York, they'll have to clean up the streets in New York, kind of like they did in Los Angeles, or was it San Francisco, whatever, when the Chinese came to town. Cleaned it up for a couple of days, kind of like the Nazis did when the Red Cross would come visit the concentration camp. The ones they were allowed to see, how they dress them up beforehand and stuff. Yeah. Same old shit, different day, different year, different people doing the same damn shit. But I tell you what, I'm not going to need bomb falling on my house before I wake up. I've already woke up. Tyranny is tyranny, people. And that's what we're dealing with. But anyway, That's how they're brainwashing everyone with lies. I know it. During the pandemic, that was a soft boot camp people went through, a soft boot camp brainwashing they went through. What do you do? Anyway, I am going to get out of here. Like I say, if you want to help support the channel, please hit the thumbs up, the subscribe, and the bell notification. Help the channel grow. Got plenty of content out there. And I'll be back tomorrow night with another live stream. And we'll see what the news is tomorrow. Watch my shorts, though. They're always entertaining. And like I said, I got mega Republicans that hate my ass, and I got liberal Democrats that hate my ass. So I'm not welcome in either house, okay? So I'm basically homeless and out in the street too, right? Because Trump don't want me or need me either. Anyway, everybody have a great night. This is Tom with Hidden Truths. I'm out of here.